Have you ever noticed your arms feeling weaker or your legs tiring faster than they used to? Here's a fact that might shock you. Between the ages of 60 and 80, we can lose up to 30% of our muscle mass even if we stay active. This silent loss doesn't just make everyday tasks harder, it raises the risk of falls, weakens your immune system, and slowly steals your independence. But here's the good news. You are not powerless. Around the world, Japanese elders in their 70s and 80s are still gardening, biking, and even dancing. What's their secret? Their diet is built on simple, affordable, high-protein foods that quietly rebuild muscle and keep them strong. Today, I'll show you 7 of these Japanese foods, easy to find, budget-friendly, and surprisingly effective for protecting your strength after 60. And before we begin, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching this video from, and what time is it right now? Please leave a comment below. I truly look forward to reading your answers. If you've been feeling weaker lately, you're not imagining it. Science shows that after the age of 60, our muscles begin to shrink at a rate of up to 3% every year. At first, that number may sound small, but over the course of a decade, it can mean losing nearly a third of your strength. This condition has a medical name, sarcopenia, but for most people, it shows up in daily life long before a doctor ever mentions it. Maybe you've noticed it takes more effort to stand up from a chair. Perhaps your arms feel heavier when you carry a bag of groceries. These aren't just normal signs of aging. They are signals from your body that your muscles are struggling to keep up. One of the main reasons is something called anabolic resistance. When we're younger, our muscles respond strongly to protein. A piece of chicken or a bowl of beans can quickly be turned into fuel for muscle repair. But as we age, that response weakens. The same amount of protein that once kept you strong in your 40 seconds now has far less impact in your 60 seconds or 70 seconds. Your body needs more protein, and it needs it more often to maintain the same level of strength. Lifestyle plays a big role too. Many older adults naturally eat less. Appetite declines, portion sizes shrink, and protein-rich foods often get left behind. Add in less physical activity, fewer walks, less lifting, less bending, and your muscles receive fewer signals to stay alive. It's a dangerous combination. Less protein going in and fewer reasons for the body to hold on to muscle. And the impact reaches far beyond physical strength. Muscle isn't just about looking fit. It's one of the most important organs of the body. Strong muscles regulate blood sugar, support posture and balance, protect your bones from fractures, and even keep your immune system resilient. When muscle is lost, so is your ability to recover from illness, fight infections, and maintain independence. I've seen it time and again in my medical practice. A patient comes in saying, "I guess I'm just getting old." They expect weakness, fatigue, and slower movement to be the price of aging. But when we look deeper, we often find that the real problem isn't age itself, it's muscle undernourishment. Diets that are low in high-quality protein starve the body of the fuel it needs most. This is exactly where the Japanese lifestyle offers something powerful. Instead of saving protein for one big dinner, older Japanese adults eat smaller portions of protein-rich foods throughout the day. Breakfast might include fermented soybeans. Lunch may feature a light miso soup or small fish. Dinner often has tofu, soba noodles, or eggs. These steady, gentle signals tell the body, keep the muscle, repair it, use it. The good news is that sarcopenia is not a life sentence. Muscle can be rebuilt at any age when given the right support. And that support begins with food, the kind of food that your body can actually use effectively, even when protein absorption slows with age. In the next section, we'll look closely at how Japanese elders not only preserve their muscles, but thrive well into their 70s and 80s. Their secret isn't expensive supplements or gym memberships. It's a way of eating and living that turns everyday meals into medicine for strength. In many parts of the Western world, aging is almost always associated with decline. We picture canes, walkers, railings installed in bathrooms, and the quiet acceptance that weakness is inevitable. But travel across the Pacific to Japan, and you'll discover a very different story. In cities and villages alike, you'll see men and women in their 70s and 80s gardening, sweeping their front steps, biking to the market, and climbing stairs with ease. Their bodies are not only holding up, they are thriving. So, what's the difference? One of the biggest reasons lies in how the Japanese approach protein. In the West, protein is often reserved for one large meal at the end of the day. Breakfast might be coffee and toast, lunch might be light or skipped altogether. Dinner then becomes the main source of protein. But for older bodies, that approach doesn't work well. As we age, our muscles cannot process a huge dose of protein all at once. They need smaller, steady signals throughout the day to keep muscle alive. The Japanese diet provides exactly that. In a typical Japanese household, protein shows up in multiple forms at nearly every meal. Breakfast could include natto, a small portion of fermented soybeans, often paired with rice. Lunch might be a simple miso soup with cubes of tofu or a small grilled fish. Dinner is lighter, with soba noodles, eggs, or a handful of edamame. None of these meals are heavy or overwhelming. Instead, they deliver constant, gentle nourishment, keeping muscles supplied and engaged. There is also a deep cultural philosophy at work here called shokuiku, or mindful eating. Shokuiku teaches that food is not just fuel, but medicine for the body and a way to connect with family and community. Meals are small but intentional. Protein comes from a wide variety of sources, not just red meat, and eating is seen as a daily act of care, not a hurried routine. This cultural lens turns food into something more than calories. It becomes a healing ritual that supports long-term strength. Lifestyle plays a role too. In Japan, daily movement is built into the rhythm of life. People walk to the train, tend to their gardens, squat while cooking, and clean their homes without relying on machines to do the work. These actions may seem small, but they send powerful signals to the muscles. Stay active, stay alive. It's not about intense workouts or lifting heavy weights. It's about consistency, the daily reminder that the body is still needed. I remember a Japanese colleague once told me, "We don't try to build muscle, we try to keep it alive every day." That simple phrase captures the essence of their approach. Instead of chasing big gains in a short time, they focus on maintaining what they have, gently and steadily. Over decades, this quiet discipline adds up to remarkable resilience. Contrast this with the Western model, where people often push themselves hard at the gym for a few weeks, then stop when it feels too difficult. The Japanese method is softer but more sustainable. It doesn't demand perfection, it simply asks for small, consistent choices that nourish the body and keep it moving. The lesson here is clear. If you want to maintain muscle after 60, it's not about one big change. It's about small meals rich in protein spread across your day. It's about moving your body in natural, enjoyable ways. And it's about adopting a mindset that sees food not as a chore, but as an act of daily care. In the next section, we'll explore 7 specific Japanese foods that embody this philosophy. Each one is affordable, easy to prepare, and proven to help older adults rebuild strength, protect their bones, and stay independent. At first glance, natto doesn't look like a superfood. Sticky, stringy, and with a strong smell that many Westerners find unusual, it's one of those foods you might hesitate to try. But beneath that humble appearance lies one of the most powerful allies for aging muscles and bones. For older adults seeking affordable, effective protein, natto is worth a second look. Just 2 tablespoons of natto provide around 8 grams of high-quality plant protein. Unlike many plant-based foods, natto is a complete protein, meaning it contains all the essential amino acids your body needs to rebuild and maintain muscle. But that's not all. Natto is also one of the richest natural sources of vitamin K2, a nutrient that helps direct calcium into your bones rather than allowing it to clog your arteries. For anyone over 60, that means stronger bones, healthier joints, and better protection against fractures. The fermentation process that creates natto also makes it special. Fermented foods are packed with probiotics, the good bacteria that support gut health and improve nutrient absorption. This is critical for older adults because as we age, digestion slows and our ability to absorb protein weakens. Natto helps solve that problem by boosting absorption right where it matters most. In Japan, natto is a breakfast staple. A small bowl of rice topped with natto, sometimes with green onions, mustard, or a raw egg, is a common way to start the day. It's not treated as a trendy supplement, it's simply part of life. That consistency makes a big difference. A little bit every day keeps muscles supplied and bones supported. I once had a patient, a 4-year-old man from Seattle, who began adding natto to his breakfast a few times a week. At first, he found the texture strange, but he kept at it. Within weeks, his digestion improved, his energy increased, and his doctor noted he had gained lean weight, not fat, but healthy muscle. The lesson is simple. You don't need to eat a lot of natto to see benefits. Even small servings, enjoyed regularly, can provide steady, lasting nourishment. It's not flashy or glamorous, but for those over 60, natto may be one of the quietest yet most powerful ways to protect independence and vitality. If you've ever stayed at a traditional Japanese inn, you may remember waking up to the soft aroma of miso soup. Warm, savory, and deeply comforting, it's more than just food, it's a daily ritual of nourishment. What many people don't realize is that miso soup offers a gentle but powerful way to keep muscles, bones, and the immune system strong, especially after 60. Miso is made from fermented soybeans, often mixed with rice or barley and aged for months or even years. The fermentation process doesn't just deepen the flavor, it also creates probiotics, enzymes, and nutrients that are easier for aging bodies to absorb. That's important because digestion often slows with age, making it harder to process heavier foods. Miso soup provides light, steady protein that your body can actually use without strain. While a single bowl of miso soup may not deliver as much protein as a steak, that's not the point. Its strength lies in consistency. In Japan, miso is not a side dish, it's a foundation, often served at breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Taken together over weeks, months, and years, those small doses of nourishment add up to meaningful protection against muscle loss. Research supports this. Studies show that older adults who consume fermented soy foods regularly, including miso, have lower rates of sarcopenia, better metabolic health, and more stable blood sugar levels. That last part matters because balanced blood sugar is critical for maintaining energy and preventing further muscle breakdown. One of my patients, Alice, age 78, began drinking miso soup daily after her granddaughter taught her a simple recipe. She called it her midday hug. Within months, her afternoon fatigue disappeared, her blood pressure improved, and she described feeling held from the inside. That's the quiet power of miso no hype. No struggle, just gentle care that works over time. What makes miso soup especially appealing is its flexibility. You can add tofu, seaweed, green onions, mushrooms, or even small pieces of fish. Each ingredient brings extra nutrients, creating a simple, affordable bowl that nourishes deeply. For older adults who don't want heavy meals but still need reliable protein, miso soup is one of the easiest and most comforting solutions available. In the West, fish often feels like a special meal-grilled salmon for dinner once or twice a week, maybe baked cod on a Friday. But in Japan, fish is part of daily life, especially small whole fish like sardines and anchovies. For older adults, these little fish are nothing short of a superfood. Why? First, they are incredibly rich in high-quality protein that's easy for aging bodies to digest and use. A single grilled sardine or a small handful of dried anchovies can provide 7 to 15 grams of protein. That's enough to make a noticeable difference when eaten regularly. But the real power lies in how the Japanese eat them, whole. Bones, skin, organs, everything. That means these tiny fish deliver not just protein, but also calcium, phosphorus, and vitamin D. These nutrients are essential for keeping bones strong and joints stable, a critical concern for anyone over 60 who wants to avoid fractures and maintain independence. Then there's the omega-3 fatty acids, found in abundance in oily small fish. Omega-3 seconds don't just support heart health, they also protect the brain, reduce inflammation, and help muscles resist breakdown. Studies show that older adults with higher levels of omega-3 seconds experience slower muscle loss and maintain better physical function over time. One of my patients, Bill, age 81, had always avoided fish because of the smell. But after his daughter-in-law introduced him to a Japanese-style sardine dish, he was surprised not just by the taste, but by how he felt afterward. Clear-headed, he told me, like my brain turned back on. He now eats sardines twice a week and jokingly calls them his memory food. The beauty of small fish is that they're both affordable and practical. A can of sardines is shelf-stable, budget-friendly, and ready in minutes. Dried anchovies can last for weeks and be tossed into stir-fries or soups. No complicated recipes require just a squeeze of lemon, a little rice, or even straight from the can. For anyone over 60 looking to rebuild muscle, protect bones, and sharpen their mind, small fish prove that sometimes the tiniest foods carry the greatest strength. As we age, many people find heavy meat harder to digest or simply lose the appetite for it. But your body's need for protein doesn't go away. In fact, after 60, it increases. That's where tofu and soy foods shine. Soft, light, and easy on the stomach, tofu provides around 9 grams of complete protein in just a small serving, along with calcium, iron, and isoflavones that support bone health and hormonal balance. In Japan, tofu isn't a substitute, it's a staple, appearing in soups, stir-fries, or even eaten cold with a drizzle of soy sauce. Other soy-based foods like soy milk, tofu skin, or fried tofu offer the same gentle nourishment. One of my patients, Evelyn, age 76, regained her energy after switching to tofu-based soups when meat no longer agreed with her. Affordable, versatile, and kind to the digestive system, tofu quietly delivers strength meal after meal. Eggs may be one of the most familiar foods in the world, but in Japan, they're treated with a special kind of care. Instead of heavy omelets or fried dishes, Japanese-style eggs called tamago are often served as light, fluffy rolled omelets or gently steamed with rice and vegetables. This makes them easy to digest while still delivering 6 to 7 grams of high-quality protein per egg, along with vitamin B, 12, choline, and selenium. For older adults, that's a powerful combination. Muscle repair, nerve health, and sharper focus. I once had a patient, Don, age 79, who replaced his morning toast with tamago and rice. Within a few months, his energy and concentration noticeably improved. Eggs are affordable, quick to prepare, and versatile, boiled, scrambled, or softly cooked. For anyone over 60, they're one of the simplest and most reliable ways to start the day with strength. In the West, noodles are often seen as comfort food, delicious but heavy and low in nutrition. Buckwheat soba, a Japanese staple, turns that idea upside down. Made from buckwheat flour, soba noodles are naturally rich in plant-based protein, fiber, and antioxidants. A single serving can provide up to 12 grams of protein while being light on the stomach and gentle on blood sugar. For older adults, that balance is invaluable. Unlike refined pasta, soba won't cause the sharp energy crashes that sap strength. It also contains rutin, a compound that supports circulation and eases inflammation in aging joints. In Japan, soba is more than food, it's tradition. Families eat it on New Year's Eve as a symbol of resilience and long life. Affordable and versatile. Soba can be enjoyed hot in soups or chilled with dipping sauce, offering strength and stability one simple bowl at a time. Bright green, lightly salted, and easy to enjoy by hand, edamame is one of Japan's simplest yet most powerful snacks. Behind its unassuming look lies a protein punch. One cup offers nearly 18 grams of high-quality plant protein, along with fiber, iron, and magnesium. For adults over 60, that makes edamame a smart alternative to cookies, chips, or sugary treats that drain energy. Unlike processed snacks, edamame is gentle on digestion and surprisingly filling. Many Japanese families enjoy it in the evening, shelling each pod slowly, a small ritual that feeds both body and spirit. One of my patients, Rosa, age 82, swapped her afternoon cookies for edamame and noticed she felt steady, energized, and no longer sleepy in the evenings. Widely available in frozen sections of grocery stores, edamame is affordable, quick to prepare, and one of the easiest ways to snack your way to stronger muscles. Rebuilding strength after 60 doesn't require a complete diet overhaul or expensive supplements. The Japanese way shows us that small, consistent choices make the biggest difference. You don't need to eat all 7 foods at once, just start with 1 or 2. Maybe add miso soup to your lunch, or enjoy edamame instead of cookies in the afternoon. Over time, these steady signals tell your body to keep muscle alive and working. Remember, muscle loss isn't a sign that you're weak, it's a signal that your body needs more care. By feeding yourself protein in gentle, regular doses and keeping up with light daily movement like walking, gardening, or stretching, you give your body the tools to rebuild. Every meal becomes an opportunity to protect your independence. You are not losing ground, you are rebuilding step by step, bite by bite. The Japanese way of eating teaches us a powerful lesson. Strength after 60 doesn't come from drastic changes, but from small, steady choices repeated every day. Whether it's a bowl of miso soup, a few bites of tofu, or a handful of edamame, each meal can quietly protect your muscles, support your bones, and help you stay independent longer. If this video gave you hope or a new idea, I'd love to hear from you. Comment below which food you're most excited to try, or simply write the word hope to remind yourself that rebuilding is always possible. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and share this video with a friend who could use the encouragement. These tips are shared for general awareness. If you're facing health challenges, always check with your doctor before making changes. Every meal is a chance to stay strong, and you deserve that strength.